guys, Taz here with the Unnamed Sherpa Team. Today, we'll be discussing how to read your ammo stat cards. Each tank in WarThunder has many types of ammo, each having their own penetration values and explosive mass. It can be quite a rough process to figure this out. We're going to walk you through that today. We'll be using the T55 AMD1 as an example today, since it has one of the biggest spreads of ammo. When looking at the different ammo available, we'll notice there's access to APFSDS, APDS, APCBC, HeatFS, HE, Smoke, and barrel-fired ATGM rounds. We'll save the nuances of each ammo type for a later video. Today, we're just going to show you how to read the stat card. First, go to the tank and click Modifications. Under the Modifications tab, you'll want to select the main gun. In this case, it's the 100mm cannon. When you hover over the cannon, it'll give you a drop-down with the different ammo types. For today's video, for simplicity's sake, we're just going to be looking at if the round has explosive mass, how much explosive mass, the angle of attack with the chance of ricochet, cumulative jet, and kinetic angle of attack. The explosive type, fuse delay, and fuse sensitivity will be discussed in a later guide called the Comprehensive Ammo Type Guide. If a round does have explosive filler, the general rule of thumb is the more explosive mass it has, the more damage it will deal in post-pen. When looking at angle of attack with ricochet, this one is pretty straightforward. This lets you understand the chance of your round bouncing or penetrating, based on the angle in which you hit the enemy tank. Cumulative jet is used to explain the penetration of your chemical weapons, such as HeatFS or ATGMs. It will provide penetration values based off of the three listed angles of attack. Kinetic angle of attack breaks down your round's penetration at different distances based off of the angle in which your round hits the enemy vehicle. When looking at the list, the angle of attack will be listed on the left side in vertical order, and the distance is listed on the top of the section in horizontal order. You will generally want to assume the most likely distance and scenario you will be using each round. Most players will use the values listed at 100 and 500 meters at both 0 and 30 degrees, as you will normally be engaging at this range while also shooting the flattest part of each tank. To give you a better understanding, we'll look at the difference between the APFSDS and APCBC rounds. The first difference you'll notice is the muzzle velocity. You'll notice the APFSDS, or dart round, has a muzzle velocity of 1,430 meters per second, while the ballistic cap shell only has a velocity of 887. This means your dart round will have less drop over range and hit your target much faster. The second difference you'll notice is the listed penetration at 100 meters with 0 degree angle of attack. When comparing these two at 100 meters and 0 degrees, we'll notice that the dart round has 330 millimeters of pen, while the ballistic cap shell only has 236. The last listed difference in this section is the explosive mass. Since dart rounds do not carry explosive mass, you can see it is only listed on the ballistic cap shell's stat card. If you look at the bottom of the stat card, you can further compare the two shells at range and angle to decide which shell will do better under certain circumstances. Now that you understand how to read the stat card, the best thing to do after checking a stat card is to make sure you take two factors into consideration. One, what will you be fighting at its BR? And two, how do each one of those rounds perform against other vehicles at that BR? If you find yourself in need of further help, please do not hesitate to come to discord.gg/UnnamedCorp and open a Sherpa ticket. We're happy to help.